People are not leaving Costa Rica. There is no mass exodus. I want to challenge some of the claims that are made on other YouTube channels. Welcome back. This is Sharma Roussel, living in Brescia, sharing information about moving to Costa Rica and retiring in Costa Rica. One of the issues that people ask about is the environment. So Costa Rica is known for its commitments to protecting wildlife habitats, preserving natural areas, and it's also known for its renewable energy. 90% of energy consumed in Costa Rica comes from a renewable source, mostly hydropower, because of all of the rainfall, the streams, the waterfalls, the rivers, all of the bodies of water that are used to provide hydropower. Now, certainly there is a lot of development going on in Costa Rica in certain areas. And because more and more people are moving to Costa Rica, more and more cars are on the road. So all of these things are contributing to environmental degradation. But still, I think when you compare it to other places, especially to the United States, Costa Rica comes out ahead. Costa Rica has a commitment to zero carbon emissions, which the United States used to have, but no longer has. So there are still a lot of very pristine wildlife areas that you can only get to by boat in Costa Rica. You can't get there by car. One that I went to recently was Tortuguera Island, where we saw large mother turtles give, well, they didn't give birth, they laid eggs in the sand on the beach. And we could only get to that island by boat. And then next month, I'm going to Drake Bay. Again, you can only get there by boat, a water taxi. So several of us are going together to this, well, it's a very remote lodge in the Drake Bay area, and it's so remote that they fix all your meals for you right there, and they have, several activities for you to do while you're there because it's right next to a very large national park. So we'll do some hikes in the park. But to get to the water taxi, we're going to take a small plane, which is very affordable in Costa Rica. Now, Costa Rica has a very reliable bus transportation system that I use several times every week. The buses are clean, they come on time, and they're very, very affordable to get downtown, only cost about 70 to 75 cents. I sometimes call a taxi. Sometimes I'll call an Uber, which is very affordable compared to Uber rates in the United States. But a lot of the Ubers that I have ridden in lately have been electric vehicles, specifically BYD cars from China, which are very affordable. Now, one of the BYD drivers told me that 20% of all new cars registered in Costa Rica every year are now electric vehicles. So that's another good sign for the environment. Something else that I think helps is that the climate in most of Costa Rica is very mild. Here in the Central Valley where I live, it's in the 60s every night and in the 70s every day year round. So we almost never turn our air conditioner on. I never do. And so we don't even have any heating bills. This is not true in hot beach locations. They do use their air conditioner fairly regularly because it's much hotter at the beach resort locations. But here in the Central Valley, where there's a little bit of altitude, there's really no need to have an air conditioner. I've almost never turned mine on at all. I have 3 little mini split air conditioning units in my 2-bedroom apartment. But I've never turned them on because of heat. I've turned them on a couple of times because of smoke that was in the air from the burning of sugarcane fields, which is not exactly environmentally friendly, or maybe it was because of ash from the Hoas volcano when it erupted, and that's very close to me. So Costa Rica has laws and policies to protect the natural world, and most of the country is still preserved so that we can all appreciate the wonders of the natural world here in Costa Rica. If you have additional information, please put it in the comment section. Pura vida, ciao.